People are already starting to line up outside an Orlando church for a chance to say goodbye to Caylee Anthony. We have live team coverage of the preparations for this morning's memorial. Darlene Jones will tell us what Casey Anthony is saying about the memorial. But first, Mark Boyle is live at the First Baptist Church of Orlando.
Vanessa, you see the line right here behind me if I step out of the way. This is one of the main entrances here to the First Baptist Church in Orlando. Cars have been filling in this parking lot all morning long, and hundreds are expected throughout the morning. People started lining up to get into the parking lot at First Baptist Church before 4 o'clock this morning. Many we spoke with told us they expect long lines and hundreds of people to show up for Caylee Anthony's memorial set to begin at 10 o'clock. Clarence Watts drove to the church overnight to make sure he was ready to go in the morning.
So I decided to ride out here tonight and see where the location is and everything, and I'm planning on being here first thing in the morning.
The church off of the John Young Parkway can seat more than 5,000 people. There are designated parking lots around the church to help accommodate what's expected to be large crowds.
Parking lot should be full because it touched a lot of people, and especially a lot of families got kids.
Plan on security being very tight. Church staff will not give Eyewitness News details, but did say everyone attending to the memorial will pass through metal detectors. No bags, purses, cell phones, or cameras will be permitted inside. Now back live, here's another live look at the parking lot. Right now, there is plenty of parking spots available, and it's really not that crowded out here. A lot of folks were here early this morning concerned that there would be too many people, wouldn't be able to get a good spot. But as I mentioned, it's so far so good out here. One other issue one person brought up to me is the cell phone issue. No cell phones are allowed inside. If you're going inside for 2 hours, that is a long time if you're trying to stay in touch with someone possibly at home or not able to be here. So there are some concerns, obviously, about not being able to take phones in, and obviously no cameras, no bags as well. For now, we are live at the First Baptist Church in Orlando. Mark Boyle, Eyewitness News this morning.
Now, one person that won't be at Caylee's memorial today is bounty hunter Leonard Padilla. He is banned from attending. Padilla says he plans to hold his own memorial at the site where Caylee's remains were discovered.
It's not a memorial.
Okay.
It's just a situation where we're hoping that the people that weren't allowed to go to the memorial would just kind of wander on over.
We also found out that Padilla and the Anthony's two private investigators will be questioned under oath next month in the civil case against Casey. Those two men videotaped the area where Caylee's remains were found before the actual discovery. Zenaida Gonzalez is behind that civil lawsuit. She says her life was ruined when Casey Anthony said a nanny with the same name took little Caylee.
The Anthony family is asking for donations instead of flowers at today's service, but now there are questions about where that donated money will go. Part of that money will go to a controversial group called the Kid Finders Network, which we've exposed before. The founder, Dennis Milstead, has been arrested for assault and impersonating a police officer. Also, the group reported a $37,000 loss in 2007, but now it says it wants $400,000 in donations to build a home for 6 runaway teenagers.
Casey Anthony has made her first public statement since Caylee's remains were found. She does not approve of today's plans for that memorial service. Eyewitness News this morning's Darlene Jones continues our live team coverage from the Orange County Jail, where Casey is behind bars this morning.
You may be able to hear the helicopters up above. That's because that church is less than 5 minutes from the Orange County Jail, where Casey Anthony is still being held. Her attorney says she wanted to speak publicly about this because she feels very strongly that the memorial should be private.
This is the first time Casey Anthony has said anything about her daughter publicly, and it came through her attorney, Jose Baez.
I miss Caylee every day and every minute of every day. I can't be there for Caylee's funeral, but someday I want to go and visit her.
Little Caylee's remains were found in this wooded area near the Anthony home 2 months ago. Casey said she doesn't approve of the memorial her parents, George and Cindy Anthony, planned, but she understands why they're doing it. She also requested a gravestone so she could visit her daughter one day.
I know they cremated her. I still don't want a public event with cameras.
Baez told us his client is concerned about protesters and people like bounty hunter Leonard Padilla turning the service into a spectacle. And even he's not sure if Casey will request to watch the memorial from her jail cell.
And she really, in her heart, feels it should be a private matter. So it wouldn't surprise me if she does not, but it also wouldn't surprise me if she does.
A spokesperson with the Orange County Jail told us still no request has been made at this very moment, and so no decision has been made on whether or not Casey Anthony will watch the memorial. Reporting live at the Orange County Jail, Darlene Jones, Eyewitness News this morning.